What's going on, y'all? Today we're gonna be reacting to the Critical Drinker, the Marvels trailer reaction. This should be good because they're always good. Let's get into it.
It had to happen sooner or later. You can only hold back the tide for so long before it sweeps you away. And so it is with The Marvels, the long-awaited and much-delayed sequel to 2019's Captain Marvel, a film which finally solved the mystery of how Nick Fury lost his eye in the most satisfying and tonally consistent way possible. That delivered the most charming, likeable and relatable hero of the modern age. That taught young girls everywhere that the only thing they need to succeed in life is to recognise their own awesomeness. Because
right.
Hard work, setbacks, personal growth and self-improvement is for losers. A film so wildly successful and popular that its main character has appeared in literally minutes of screen time over the past 4 years. I mean, who could forget this?
Yeah, that's one thing. I always wondered, how did Captain Marvel make $1 billion+ dollars? I don't believe that movie was that popular. When a movie make $1 billion, I could kind of tell, like, okay, it made $1 billion, because even if I don't see it, I hear people talking about it. It's like all over social media. People talking about it all the time. Oh, it's good. You hear people talking about it's good. Yeah, I'm gonna go see it again. I literally didn't hear nothing about this movie. Till this day, I kind of watched it. I haven't watched it from beginning to end. So I can't see all these people that went to the movies to watch this movie. It's like, how? $1.1 billion? Captain Marvel? I don't see it.
This pivotal and completely organic moment in Endgame.
I like this one.
I'm really glad that Thor was able to tell us this.
Like, nobody liked it on like Rotten Tomato or nothing. Like, the fans didn't like it. She's hated worldwide all across social media. So I don't know how this movie made $1 billion. Either people went to see it just talk shit, or people really went to see it and was like, oh, they were so disappointed, but
because nothing makes me warm to a character like another character straight up telling me how much I should like them after knowing them for a grand total of 30 seconds. It's truly the most efficient form of storytelling, you see, because then you don't have to trust your audience to form their own opinions, because those opinions might not be the ones you want them to have. And damn, talk about making a good impression on your co-stars. Every time Brie Larson did an interview with the other Avengers, you could
he looked disgusted, like, I don't even want to be here.
practically feel the chemistry in the room.
I did my stunts because I thought that that's what everyone did, and then...
Tom Cruise over here?
No, I would be the first me, not the next Tom Cruise. Thank you very much.
Well, you know, I mean...
Even that was like, he clearly was joking when he said the new Tom Cruise, like, I'm gonna be the new me, thank you. It was like, relax, lady. Like, it was a joke. He wasn't being serious. He said the new Tom Cruise. It's supposed to be a joke. You can even see her face. Everybody's like, okay. They got quiet. They're like, this lady tripping.
And as for the woman herself, well, you could sense how pumped she was at the prospect of doing it all again.
Play Captain Marvel for?
I don't know. Does anyone want me to do it again?
Don't be so modest.
Now this is great and all, but what we really wanted to see was Captain Marvel shine in her own movie again, without pesky little things like other
That right there lets me know it didn't make $1 billion. Because any movie that was that successful, you wouldn't be like, oh, does anybody want me to do it again? Did you do it? Of course it made $1 billion. It was a hit. It wasn't a hit.
characters holding her back. And at last, we got what we wanted. A sequel titled Captain Marvel 2 was proudly announced for release in July 2022, and then bravely delayed until November, and then renamed to The Marvels, and then delayed again until February 2023, and then in a stunning and brave move, delayed again until July, and then
Stunning and brave.
delayed once more until November. That's okay though, because we had Ant-Man 3 to tide us over in the meantime.
I didn't even know this movie was pushed back.
And
so
hey,
many
all
times.
those delays could only be a good thing, right? Because it meant the studio were hard at work making the movie even better for all of us. Sure, there was a few naysayers and Debbie Downers out there spreading rumours about disastrously awful test screenings, constant script rewrites and creative differences, on-set dramas between the main actors, panicked studio interference, extensive reshoots and massive budget overruns, but we don't need to worry about that kind of thing. I'm sure that Disney Marvel have the situation well in hands. And as it happens, yesterday we finally got our first look at the cinematic masterpiece that is The Marvels. I don't know about you, but this trailer was so good it left me literally shaking. From the absolutely killer gags, to the unforgettable screen chemistry,
We're a team.
Oh, no, we're not a team.
We're not a team. I don't know. Does anyone want me to do it again?
to the seamless digital effects,
Yeah.
and the brilliantly inventive premise. The general outline
It
seems
look
to
like a HBO Max show. It look like a TV show. It don't look like a movie. It don't give me like movie quality.
be that the three main characters, Monica Rambeau, Kamala Khan, and Carol Danvers, have somehow become entwined, so that every time one of them uses their powers, they swap places with one of their counterparts. That's right, these girls are so powerful and amazing that the only thing which can possibly stop them is themselves. And personally, I think it's great to see a Marvel movie finally tackling issues that have been sorely neglected over the past 5 years, like female empowerment, a bunch of misfit heroes learning to work together as a team, quippy jokes, CGI battle scenes, and, cats. Truly, this movie is positively brimming with new and original ideas, and I can imagine it taking the MCU in a bold and inventive new direction. But Drinker, you charismatic mercurial rogue, I hear you say, why is it that Captain Marvel, supposedly the centerpiece of the movie, is barely featured in the trailer at all? Is it because the studio is well aware of how shockingly unpopular the character has been in the fan base, and is doing everything in their power to minimize her involvement? Is it because most of her scenes are being desperately reshot and re-edited to try and salvage something halfway decent from the absolute train wreck this film's shaping up to be? Is it because Brie Larson's Carol Danvers possesses all the charm and likability of a dog turd that's been left so long that it's got that weird white fungus growing all over it? Well, contrived devil's advocate argument that may actually have a grain of truth to it. I don't subscribe to any of those wild conspiracy theories.
not at all.
Captain Marvel is a beloved character,
Beloved.
which is why our first movie was so successful, and not because it was sandwiched between two of the biggest releases in the MCU franchise.
That too, they put it right between Avengers Endgame and Avengers Infinity War. And they made people feel like, especially at the end of Infinity War, they teased Captain Marvel. So it made you feel like, yo, I gotta see Captain Marvel to know what's gonna happen in Avengers Endgame. You really didn't need to see it, because it had nothing to do with Avengers Endgame. It was a whole different, it was its own movie. It was just like a origin story. So it had nothing to do with what the fuck was going on in Avengers Endgame. So it was like, you didn't have to watch this shit. You just wasted time.
Franchise, or the suspiciously large number of people who bought up blocks of exactly 100 seats in each cinema and then forgot to show up. It happens all the time, okay? And even if Captain Marvel isn't the focal point of the direct sequel to her own movie, it doesn't matter because we've got Kamala Khan and Monica Rambeau to carry this film. Yeah, so what if they were both introduced in obscure TV shows on Disney Plus that only a fraction of the Marvel audience actually watched, and so won't have a clue who they are or what their relation.
And that's another thing. I didn't watch none of the Disney Plus shows, and I don't think a lot of people didn't, because none of them was really good. So it's gonna be kind of hard to keep up with what's going on if you wasn't following the series.
Relationship to Captain Marvel is MCU fans are smart, and the writers at Marvel are more than capable of laying out subtle hints for them to piece together.
I like this one.
Nailed it. So personally, I think this trailer looks absolutely fantastic, and I can't wait for November to come around, because I've got a feeling it's going to be a fun experience for all of us. Anyway, that's all I've got for today.
Go
away
now.
now.
Alright, that's the end of the video. We're gonna wrap it up right there. Like and subscribe. I'll be back to y'all with another one. Let's go.